Hey, welcome. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're just a passenger in your own life? You know, that other people's opinions are the ones really steering the wheel? Well, today we're going to dig into that exact feeling and we're going to break down how you can get back in the driver's seat for good.
So let's just jump right in with the big question. Are you really the one leading your life? Seriously. Or does it sometimes feel like you're being pushed around by what everyone else thinks? Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about with a couple of, well, pretty common scenarios.
All right, picture this. You've worked your tail off, you've studied like crazy, and you absolutely crush your exams. You get an A. I mean, that's a moment of success, right? A real achievement you should be incredibly proud of. You're feeling great about it. But then,
The feedback you get isn't, wow, great job. Nope, it's a brand new, even higher expectation. All of a sudden, your A doesn't feel so great anymore. It's like the goalposts just got moved, and your success feels kind of small. Sound at all familiar?
Okay, let's try another one. You've saved up your money, you've done all the research, and you finally buy yourself a new car. This is a huge deal, a real accomplishment. You're super excited, you're ready to show it off to people.
And what happens? Instead of celebrating with you, people start pointing out all its flaws. They start talking about the features it doesn't have or, some other model you could have bought. It just makes you feel like you did something wrong, even when you were so happy with your choice just a minute ago.
you know, this whole cycle of achieving something and then immediately getting criticized, well, it actually has a name. It's called distress. And it's that awful feeling you get when all that external feedback starts to chip away at how you see yourself. It completely undermines your confidence and honestly can lead to some pretty serious stuff like self-doubt, procrastination, or even worse.
So if that's the problem, what on earth is the solution? Well, it's actually both incredibly simple and ridiculously powerful. The answer is to take back the controls and make yourself, and only yourself, responsible for your own happiness. This quote from Swat Chaitin just says it all, doesn't it? Make sure yourself becomes part of you before someone else takes charge of you. This is the whole idea we're talking about today. Building up such a strong sense of who you are that those outside voices can't take over and start running your life for you.
So how do we actually do this? Okay, let's get practical. We're going to walk through 10 real actionable pointers. Think of this as your personal toolkit for taking back control. These are the strategies you can start using like today.
All right, pointer number 1, expect criticism. It's just going to happen. So the key isn't to try and avoid it, but to understand where it's coming from. You have to ask, is this person trying to help me get better, or are they maybe just a little bit intimidated by my success? Learning to pause and figure out the intention behind the words is the very first step to taking away their power. Second, and this is huge, don't let that 1% of negativity win. Our brains are literally wired to focus on the bad stuff. It's a negativity bias. I mean, you can get 99 compliments, but you'll obsess over that one single piece of criticism. You have to consciously fight that instinct. You can't let one voice of denial drown out a whole chorus of support. You have to choose to focus on the good stuff. Third, you need to become a feedback filter. Seriously, think about it like this. Some feedback is like nutritious food. It helps you grow. The rest, it's just junk food. Pure negativity that comes from a place of spite or jealousy. Your job is to get really good at telling the difference. Keep the healthy stuff and give yourself full permission to toss the junk right in the trash. Number 4, and oh man, this is a big one. Stop playing the comparison game. People will almost always compare you to someone who's better or has done more. It's a total trap. The second you accept that unfair comparison, you start tearing down your own amazing abilities, and you basically hand over the keys to your life to somebody else's standards. Number 5, you got to be selective about who you listen to. Don't go running around looking for approval from just anyone. Instead, stop and think about the source. Is the person giving you feedback someone whose judgment you actually respect in this particular area? Here's the thing, not every opinion is created equal. You have to protect your own progress by being picky about whose feedback you truly let in. Okay, number 6 is all about owning up to your mistakes, but, and this is a big but, there's a crucial first step. Don't just immediately accept that you messed up because someone told you so. First, you need to validate it. Go talk to someone you trust, someone who has your back, and figure out if it's a genuine mistake. If it is, then yeah, absolutely, own it. Don't get defensive and just focus on how to fix it.
And then on the flip side of that, we have number 7, learn to justify your actions. Now, this isn't about being argumentative or defensive. It's about being assertive. If you've got a gut feeling that someone's criticism is weak or that their motive isn't so pure, don't just roll over and accept it. You have to learn to question, to challenge, and to clearly explain your own reasons for doing what you did.
But being assertive needs balance, right? Which brings us to number 8. You've still got to be open to suggestions. Standing up for yourself doesn't mean you should close your mind. Sometimes feedback can be delivered in a really harsh way, but it might still have a little nugget of truth in it. The real challenge is to separate the clumsy delivery from the honest advice and find that one little lesson that can actually help you grow.
And all of this leads to the absolute cornerstone of taking responsibility. Number 9, you have to be the one to make the final decision. You can gather all the input you want, listen to every suggestion under the sun, but at the end of the day, the choice has to be yours. That's the only way to feel true ownership and satisfaction. It's got to come from you. And finally, our 10th pointer. Be interdependent. Look, this isn't about becoming totally independent and having a don't care attitude about everyone. And it's definitely not about being completely dependent on others. The real goal is to find that sweet spot in the middle, to build balanced give and take relationships that are based on mutual respect and just good, clear communication. So when you start putting all these pointers together, what does it all lead to? Well, it leads to this: you taking back your life, and finally, living it completely on your own terms. Let's just boil this all down to a simple 3-step path forward you can remember. Step 1, you evaluate the feedback you get. Step 2, you make the final decision all by yourself. And step 3, you own the outcome, whether it's good or bad. That's it. That is the core loop of personal responsibility. So here's the ultimate takeaway from all of this. Welcome criticism as something that could maybe help you grow, but never ever take it as gospel. And you know what? Be just as careful with praise that doesn't feel genuine. Because at the end of the day, the goal is simple. Let no one else tell you how you should live your life. So, I'll leave you with this one last really important question. And I'm not talking about tomorrow or next week. What's one decision, that can be big or small, that you are going to take full charge of starting right now, today? Thanks for tuning in.